Hey there, welcome to another segment. And once again, I'm just going to jump right in. Oh my gosh, I got a whopper of a question for you. And it's going to step on your toes. I'm just telling you up front, it's going to step on your toes. But you know that I step on your toes in love because my toes were stepped on in love. So, I got to do the same. I got to make sure that I share with you guys what was shared with me. Okay? That's just fair. All right. So, my question today is had to clear my throat. My question today is, why are you waiting on God? Yeah, that's a simple question, but that's a profound question. That's a very, very, very loaded question. Loaded. That's loaded. It's loaded. Yeah, because it should bring some thought and it should also bring some conviction. And not only should it bring conviction, in our last segment, we were talking about correction. So it should also bring correction. So let's just hop right into it because I've got some thoughts that I want to share with you. And as usual, we'll love your feedback. So definitely get in on the conversation. For sure, get in on the conversation because, one of the things that I'm very, very used to is pushback. I'm so used to it because, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm used to pushback because I'm a trailblazer. Like, I'm a leader. I'm a born leader. Like, God takes me, I'm in front of people. That's where a leader is. A leader goes before other people, And so, because the leader is in the front, they see it first. They hear it first. They're doing it first. They're the first. And so when you're around certain people and you're in certain environments, in certain cultures or whatever, excuse me, there's a way, there's a way of thinking, there's a way of living, there's certain activities and such that people are accustomed to until it's time for change. And that's what leadership is for. Leaders help to navigate the change. It helps, people to walk into a change. Now, I'm talking about good leaders because I don't like to, spend my energy on the negative. Although, well, I'm not going to say that because on my social media, oh my gosh, like I be going in, I really do or whatever, but it's not to feed into the negative. And even though I'm very sarcastic, I'm known for that. I'm sarcastic and witty. It's just who I am. It's how God made me. It's not going to change. Because I'm sarcastic and witty, I'll point out some of the social issues, social injustices, and it's kind of right there in your face, very blunt, very in your face, no sugariness about it, that kind of thing, whatever, because that's not really how I flow. Yeah. So some people see that as me being negative. I can't really see why, because it's not negative. It's awareness. Like, these things are happening, and because they're not happening to you doesn't mean they're not happening and that it's not as bad as it looks and as people say it is. Like, because a lot of times, most of the times, it's really that bad or worse. Unfortunately, people don't seem to get it until it happens to them, And then when it happens to them, now all of a sudden, anyway, so I went on that little side tangent to say that when I'm talking about negativity, I'm talking about, people who use their positions, their titles, and their power, for evil, for selfish purposes and selfish gain, in ways and for things that are not about, a positive and healthy growth or, that's about the people, that kind of thing. And so when I talk about this, I'm talking specifically about, good people, positive people, not perfect people, because, y'all know I'm not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. Not perfect people, but definitely positive people. Okay, so this is who I'm talking about when I'm talking about these things, okay? All right, so I needed to put that disclaimer out there. I needed to say that. Okay, so here we go. Waiting on God. Why are you waiting on God? I was just saying that statement, that question should not only bring conviction, that it should also bring correction. Why correction? We were just talking about correction in the last segment. I know I said this stuff already, but I'm tying it all back in together because I went on that little tangent. Okay, so why should it bring correction? Because that's the real answer, right? Because oh my gosh, I need to stop. Okay, it should bring correction because we've been missing it. We've really been missing it. Like, I had a conversation with someone and stuff just wasn't adding up for me. It wasn't adding up for me. And, I'm not one of those type of people that you can just tell me anything. I'm not a doubting Thomas, for sure. I'm absolutely a water walking faith person. Like, I'm all about faith. I'm faith filled. Believe me when I tell you, like, I do the faith thing. But I'm still, the type of person is just kind of like, if you tell me God is XYZ, then yeah, I need to see a demonstration of that. Not until I believe it, because I believe it, I need to see a demonstration of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, if you tell me that this word says that God is blah, 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 or God does blah, 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 because it's the word, I'm going to take it at face value. I'm not going to argue with you about it, any of those kind of things, whatever. And I'm not going to demand that you per se prove it to me. But what I am saying is that if there's something that you point out to me in the word, I got to see a demonstration of God's power with it. Otherwise, don't talk to me about it. Like, don't come to me with no nonsense, and don't be expecting me to yield to it. Like, I'm just not going to do it. So we were having this conversation about healing. Okay. Now, I, as well as this person that I was having the conversation with, have been conditioned to, using my quotation fingers, wait on God. Like, and so I posed this question. I was like, well, when is the right time for God to heal, me, or heal you, or heal us? Somebody that's coming to him for prayer. I mean, like, if somebody is in excruciating pain, right, and they cry out to God for healing, when is the best time for him to heal them? I'm asking. This is not a rhetorical question. I'm asking. I'm asking because we have been conditioned. We have been taught to wait on God to heal. Wait on God, wait on God, wait on God. And here's the thing. You probably heard me say this before. God has already provided healing. He's already healed. He's already given us healing. He's already given us power. He's given us his son. Jesus took on sickness and disease to himself so that if and or when sickness and disease try to impose on us, that we would shut it down. But we're not taught to shut it down. We're taught to deal with it. We're taught to run to the doctor and medicate it. And I'm not saying that we don't need doctors. But what I am saying is medication isn't healing anything. It's not healing. The body can and does heal itself, but the medication it serves a purpose. It serves a purpose because everybody doesn't have a certain level or amount of faith to believe for the manifestation of healing. Like, for instance, I'll tell them myself. Now, I am notorious for authority over a cold, okay? Nasal passages, that kind of thing. Listen, when my nasal passages swell up because I'm using my quotation fingers sick, I got a cold, I speak to my nasal passages, okay? And command them to open and command air to flow through them freely. And it happens every single time. I've got witnesses. I wouldn't really take the time to prove it to you, but I'm just telling you, this is my experience. When I feel pain, I speak to that pain, command relief to come, and it comes. Sometimes immediately, other times a little later, but that same day, it's not no weeks of pain and that's not my experience. Now, however, I have a condition with my eyes. Yeah, I'm telling on myself. I have a condition with my eyes. And I was under that conditioning, and I'm breaking myself free from that conditioning where I was waiting on God to heal my eyes. And, God spoke something to my heart the other day in a dream. And I believe that it applies so readily to what I'm talking about now. And what he said was, it's not your effort. It's my power. Yeah, it's my power. And what I've not focused on, where the issue with my eyes is his power. Yeah, it was what I got to do. Well, I ain't healed yet, so I'm doing something wrong. And, me, and it's just like, where is Christ in that? Nowhere. Nowhere. And so I'm telling on me, because, I'm walking this Christian walk just like the rest of you. I'm walking this relationship with God, being freed up of religion, from religion and religious activities and beliefs, the very things that have been keeping us bound, keeping us sick, keeping us broke, keeping us, under the thumb of the enemy, keeping his foot on our neck, all of that BS, man. And it's just kind of like, who wants to walk around with sickness and disease and pain and all those stuff? And all that stuff. And I personally took the position that, wait a minute, if Jesus has healed me, I want my healing. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. If I'm healed, if Jesus has healed me already, then I want the manifestation of my healing. And so, yeah. What do you think about that? What's your thoughts? What's your conviction? What's the correction for you? Is there a correction for you? Leave a comment. Get in on the conversation. And again, don't forget to catch up with me on social media at Ray Share Solutions. Bye for now.